Welcome. So today's spotlight is Michelle. She is a coach, and she also does Seal Maze. So she's done Strong Coach Training Camp and Enlifted. So before this, we were talking about all the work that she's been going through this past year, and today we get to know a little bit more about her. So welcome, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love these meetups. This is so great. I really appreciate you having this spotlight just for me.
Yeah. So this is my favorite first question. What wins are you celebrating?
Yeah, and I really do appreciate that you gave me the questions a little bit ahead of time because I do like to have a decent answer. I typically, when I'm on the spot, my brain just goes,
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, one thing that I was talking about with my best friend the other day is how walking into 2020 like so full of gratitude. And I don't know that I really understood what gratitude was until I did training camp. Like it really, about halfway through, it was just like this flood of gratitude. And I'm so thankful to be in that place in this time. There are a lot of people that are still really struggling. I will be honest, at times I feel like I may come off out of touch with what the world is experiencing because I am in this place of just like, man, this is good. Like everything is good. And I'm very lucky. I have a regular full-time 9 to 5 job. I worked the entire time. It's very stable. I work for the federal government. So I had a job. Our bills are paid. We have food on the table. Our house became, our sanctuary. And yeah, I think I've never experienced this level of this emotion before. So really being able to carry that into 2021 and just be hopeful for what the future looks like. Yeah, I'm super grateful for that, and I'm definitely celebrating that. Puppy!
No,
I have a puppy over here too. He's sleeping.
it's Kai.
What was the most surprising win you had for the last year?
Most recently, I did an online breathwork workshop, and I stalled on that so hard. I was doing like community breathwork at Endeavor before COVID hit, and I really enjoyed bringing that to our group and doing ice baths and introducing the community to that. And then I lost touch with with providing that and how to do that. I did do one in person at the gym during COVID in October, well, technically end of September, and I had one person come, and it was fantastic. Like I didn't know how many people would show up, just knowing that we are doing breath work and some people might be freaked out about that. But yeah, doing a one-on-one with, oh man, and it was my first, like, I curated the playlist. I curated the whole class myself. It was all mine. And yeah, just being connected to someone in that way at that level, it was so instantly rewarding. Like I was on cloud 9 for weeks. And actually I went to the retreat off of that, like the weekend before I did that. And then I went to the TCS retreat and I was like, let's rock and roll. Like I'm so ready. And I felt so aligned. You know what I mean? Like when you do something, maybe you've been thinking about doing it for a while, you write it down, it becomes a goal, you put a date on it, and you execute, and it feels amazing. Like I was just so energized by that. So being able to then take that online, something I didn't think that was going to be a thing, limiting beliefs. There they are. And sure enough, I had 3 people, and we didn't do an ice bath or anything like that. We just did breath work, and it was beautiful. And it was so fulfilling. Like, I was running around the house like a little kid, just like so excited, just so fulfilled in a way that I never have been coaching before. Same thing goes with story work, to be honest, but the buzz that comes with breath work is something different. I just love curating the music. I have this vision of having like a symphony of breath. That's what I want to see. Is I want to hear the music moving, and I want to see people breathing. I haven't really gotten to do that yet in person. So that's on 2021, man. Once the weather turns around, especially, go outside. It'll be fun. I bought a blow up tub.
Nice.
I can take it in the field. I just got to find a water source. But yeah, man, I didn't know that I was going to fall so hard in love with that type of coaching.
That's awesome.
Individual breathwork classes sound awesome, though. Like, I can see how it would be so invigorating. And doing it with like the idea of a symphony of breath happening together, that's a beautiful idea as well. Like, the visual imagery from that is very satisfying in my mind.
Yeah, it's funny because this, like, the name of this, heart connection, right? And one of the big things that came out of TCS for me was feeling my heart, like actually feeling when my heart is open, and what does that feel like? And for me, it's always been this beam of light that just comes shooting out of my chest, right? And when I'm doing that kind of stuff, that kind of coaching, that's what it feels like. It's just this super powerful, almost uncontrollable, like, joy that just comes shooting out of me. And yeah, man, doing that one-on-one was so cool, because she went really, really deep, and she had never done an extended breath work before, and we did 40 minutes, and it was intense. And she experienced some major tetany, and we talked about how that manifests. After I gave her safety briefing beforehand that it could happen, but we kind of dissected it more afterwards, because it's been something that she had edged up to and then always got really scared, so never was able to push through. But when it's just me and you can't really hide, and I got to keep pushing her to that edge and reminding her, you're safe to experience this, and she was really afraid of the ice bath stuff. It was her birthday, actually. She came to this on her birthday, which was epic. But getting to be there for someone when they're also experiencing something like an ice bath, oh my gosh, it's just so rewarding, because you immediately see them acclimate. You see them go, oh, like, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as bad as this fear that I built up in my mind. So it's really a great gift to give people their empowerment. Like, there you go. You just spent an hour and a half, like, empowering the hell out of yourself. Congratulations.
Well, like, with that, there's so much the vulnerability, right, with your breath, and moving your breath different through your body is something that's very vulnerable, and people like to be comfortable. So being in an ice bath is very uncomfortable. So you put her into a vulnerable situation, you made her very uncomfortable, and of course you're going to change. That is your only option in those types of situations. One option. Something is gonna happen for you in that experience.
Right, because you can't escape. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna see this whole experience through. Yeah. I was so proud of her, and what's great is she videotaped almost the whole thing. So there's a snippet, I think, on her Instagram, and it's like I'm dancing around, literally, like, I get so into it, man. It's crazy, but yeah, it was great. She did fantastic. What an amazing first experience to, to put something that I've been working on, something I've been testing with myself, and to share it with someone who, one, she was my steel mace buddy for all of those months too. So like we had a connection. There was obviously that trust there, which is why she showed up, And then for her to be the only one, it's like, okay, like strap up your boots, we're going on a journey today. That's awesome.
That could be your thing, Michelle, is that you take people on their first deep dive into breath work.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. I feel the online breathwork session that I did, I definitely switched some things up the second time through doing it online. One, because people are in their homes, and I wanted people to get as comfortable as they needed to be. We weren't going to be doing an ice bath. And I built it so that it was a much gentler journey into, getting high on your own supply, basically. But still gave them a good amount of an introduction without overwhelming them, without scaring them away. And really, I put in a whole huge focus at the front end on just taking care of your body, like doing self-massage before breath work to then enhance your experience of breath work. And some of it is stuff that that Fiona and I had worked on. Some of it is stuff that I've known for a long time, but I didn't know how to fit it in. And then again, things start to click, So I really enjoyed the way that I set it up this second time around. Definitely a beginner breathwork course. That's definitely what it was. It was 75 minutes. There was a little bit of journaling involved. I mean, I would love add some serious story work into that and make it, a 90-minute or 2-hour deal. And that would be more of like an advanced, like, okay, we're going to add a layer to this. So yeah, I love that idea. And I have it, like it's built. I can do it. You know what I mean? I just have to invite people. That's it.
So, Michelle, what are your favorite things?
Yeah, I liked writing this list out. I haven't done this in a while. Well, first it made me think of the movie. It made me think of Sound of Music. I love that movie.
I always think that.
Love that. Dude, I swear, in college, I had a little TV and I had it on VHS. I had that and Mary Poppins on VHS. And I would go to sleep listening to The Sound of Music. It was like my bedtime movie. So yeah, Sound of Music, one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Really, Julie Andrews, anything, I'm gonna like it. I'm a huge musical nerd. I love to sing. Obviously, I did sessions with Fiona, and she rocked my world. She told me if I ever want to become an opera singer, that I'll always have work. Because once I actually hone my voice more, I have like this really high end that like only a certain percentage of people in the world can do. Yeah, I was like, she's like, if you ever want to be an opera singer, like, you're good to go. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. Traveling, I love to travel. Being in the military, that was one of the main perks for me, was getting the chance to travel the world. At a certain point, I did recognize as I grew up, and I met my wife, and I realized I wanted to travel more with her, not necessarily with my unit. But yeah, traveling, and then on top of that, experiencing the food of the places that we travel to. I love eating local, whatever the local dish is. Like in Jamaica, it's saltfish and ackee, which I would have never ordered that. I would have never known to go get that, but we always look it up before we go somewhere. And we went down to the fish market in Montego Bay and got like fresh saltfish and ackee. It was amazing. So that food is a big one. Food is like absolutely one of my favorite things in the world. And my wife is a really, really good cook. So I do get spoiled at times. Yeah, it's a good setup. What else did I write down? Oh, driving, dancing. Dancing is like my number one release. Like if I'm feeling anxious or I'm feeling built up, I'll just have a dance party in the living room. The dogs love it. Usually they end up dancing with me, so we have a party. I've had an obsession with tiny houses for quite a while. I found earth ships back in 2007. You guys know what earth ships are? Earth ships are basically a sustainable recycled house. You build them with recycled materials and cob, and they're completely thermal wrapped in the ground. So they're kind of like hobbit houses, but they were invented by this guy named Michael Reynolds in Taos, New Mexico. So you can actually go stay at an earth ship there. But we have one in Ohio. I think we have 2 or 3 in Ohio actually. So I've always had that like undertone of wanting to live in a much more sustainable off-grid situation. And you can do the same thing with a tiny house, really. So I think overall that's the underlying reason why I like both of those. And our like end of life goal is to build an earth ship somewhere. I don't know, it could be anywhere on the planet, it doesn't have to be here. And that's going to be our final house. And then in the meantime, tiny houses and trailers and traveling and whatever. I love waterfalls. Like when we go on vacation, I don't care if it's winter, I don't care. I'm gonna go waterfall hunting. And if I can, I'm gonna get into it. Like they're just, I don't know, there's just something about the noise, usually that you're isolated, to go find a waterfall. I love getting in them. I love jumping off of them.
Have you gone waterfall hunting out when you've come out this way?
So the closest that we got was her sister took us somewhere on the coast, and there was like a hike. It was like a 5-mile hike into it, and the entrance was closed. So we didn't actually get to go to it, but I attempted. Definitely.
Next time you're here, there are that's a great thing to do. There's so many waterfalls.
You know what it was? It was the forest fires.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. Everything was closed. Because, gosh, that was 2017?
Yeah, because there's a loop of the 10 Falls, which I think is an 8-mile hike all the way around. But they just got hit by forest fires. So we'll see. That's rough. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, water in general. Like, I've gotten to the point in my life where I know once we sell this house, we're going to be traveling. We're going to be doing a little bit of the nomadic thing. And the goal is going to be to follow the water. Follow the water. My wife wants to follow the 70-degree weather, but I'm really big into seasons. Like, I want seasons. So we'll see how long that lasts. But, yeah, man, water is soothing to my soul. 1,000%. My favorite thing in the world. What else? I have cleaning. I love to vacuum. I sold Kirby's for like 6 months. You know what a Kirby is? Kirby vacuum. Yeah. And I love soup. When Rachel posted something about soup a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I am so on my soup kick right now. It's the perfect time of year. There's a new ramen place that just opened up. Like, it's happening.
Favorite soup?
I would have to say pho to start, because I can just drink the broth. Really, any broth I'm good with. I don't even need anything in it. Like, I will just drink a cup of broth. But like a vegetable medley with like bok choy, carrots, celery, peas, something hearty, that kind of stuff. I never get full on soup. Well, I probably do get full on soup, but I just love soup so much that I'll go to the edge.
Good. Well, I'm going to ask you one more. The last question, the most important one. How can we celebrate you?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I think it just remove the soft talk. Doing stuff like this is really, really fulfilling for me. So yeah, celebrate me by inviting me on to this kind of stuff. I love connecting with people. I really love the fact that I'm getting the chance to tell my story, and that I am proud enough of myself to do that now. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying these opportunities. I do have a workshop in the works. It's all based on chronic pain, which is something that I know well. It's essentially the key points of staying pain-free. And this was the light bulb moment that I had where I was like, duh, you can talk to these people. You are these people. Like, so after writing my health story with Avery on Story Club a few months ago, it seems like maybe now, that really ignited the understanding of like, my mess is my message. And I do get to connect with those people because I understand those people. So if you know anybody that is experiencing chronic pain, meaning pain over 3 months, has done PT, has done medication, and is just not getting anywhere, those are the people I want to talk to for sure. The dates for the workshop are, I think it's February 20th, Saturday, February 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Awesome. Are you hosting it via Zoom then?
Yeah, it's going to be via Zoom. We'll see how the year unfolds, if in-person workshops turn into a thing again. But the online thing I really like because you can be international. You don't have to be local. I am considering ways to get myself integrated into like the chiropractor that I use that I've seen for years that has helped me. If I can at least get them to give my card away or like say, hey, there is a coach that specializes in this. So if you need additional support outside of the doctor's office, like hit me up. I'm considering like putting flyers at the Ohio Health down the street. You know what I mean? Like anything that I can get to start not only doing social media stuff, but really getting to the actual people that I'm trying to talk to, finding where they are.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And chiropractor's office is a good place.
Yeah, I mean, I lived there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lance will have people, and he's like, I am not going to do both. So I'll be chiropractor, but
yeah,
right. Them really need the story work more than they need the chiropractor.
Yep. And it takes, that's what the workshop is for, is to get people on board with what is actually happening and open to working on other things. I mean, I'm talking to those people anyway. I'm talking to the people that are open to trying something new because they haven't had the results that they want, or they keep having flare-ups and they don't know what's going on, or they're self-sabotaging, all of that stuff. We all know that the emotional work and the language work really makes a huge impact on your overall experience. So that's the goal. Use the workshop as a platform to get people in the room, explain some things to them, get them to do some writing of their own and sharing if they're open to it. And yeah, have that invitation. So it's going to be awesome.
February 20th.
Yeah.
Mark calendars.
Yeah, mark your calendars. Michelle's leading a workshop February 20th. You can contact her. Where would you like people to contact you if they're interested in attending the workshop?
Yeah, so my Instagram is the best. I'm not a huge Facebook person, but my Instagram is at mycoach_Michelle. Or if you type in Past the Bliss, it should come up.
Cool.
And then on Instagram, I'm Past the Bliss is my company page. And then Michelle Jenai, Jenai on Facebook. But like I said, I'm not huge. I don't do the Facebooks very well. Definitely an Instagram lover. So yeah, hit me up, and I will have a link to register for that up by the end of this week through my Linktree. So it'll be accessible that way too.
Cool. Awesome. Also, if you have any soup recipes that you would like to share with Michelle, please send them her way. She loves soup. If you live in a state that has some spectacular waterfalls, please send them to Michelle so she can add them to the list. 70-degree weather or lower, she's cool with.
Yeah, dude, I've been taking daily walks and it's like 30 degrees, 35 degrees here, and I'm loving it.
Yeah. And if you are interested in having a first breathwork experience coached by Michelle, If you have your own little tub that you can do a cold bath after, ice bath after or not, she's happy to lead you through your first experience as well. Whether you want to do it solo or you want to do it with a group of friends, she's your girl.
Yes, thank you, Kayla. That was awesome, for
Yeah,
sure.
you're so welcome. Yeah. And anything else, she's happy to coach people on pain that they've been having for a period of time. So if you're unable to attend the workshop, please contact her and she'll be able to go through your own health story and help you mitigate some of the pain that you're feeling and feel a whole heck of a lot better.
That's the truth.
That is the truth. Awesome. Remind people one more time, Michelle, where they can find you on Instagram.
Yeah, that's at mycoach_Michelle.
Cool. Cool.
Thank you so much, you guys. This was really fun. I love getting the chance to sit with you both.
Yeah, agreed. So nice to meet you and hear your story. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Let me know next time you're out this way too. Waterfall.
I will, for sure. I mean, and that's definitely on the list. It's high on the list for traveling in 2021. So, yeah.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
guys.
I love it, ladies.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much.
week.
Yeah, you too. Have a great rest of your week. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Bye.